Hey guys, hope your Friday is going well. I'm not trying to overload you with videos, but we've had so much news come out in terms of TEPPEN this week that I felt compelled to put it in a quick video format just so you guys know what's going on. Now, some of this stuff may not be any surprise to you. We talked about it in episode 3 of Zenny for Your Thoughts, the TEPPEN podcast earlier this week, but I just wanted to put everything in kind of one video form and just kind of gloss over the details really quickly because things are popping. A lot of things have happened this week. So I want to get to this really quickly. So one of the first things that have kind of popped up is an invitational tournament that is being sponsored by Play TEPPEN and Gung Ho, which is the crew that developed the game. And I've got this tweet pulled up so that you guys can see it. They announced their Ambassador Invitational earlier this week. It's kind of similar to the tournaments that were held back when the game first came out to promote it and build awareness. This is actually going to be happening next week. It's going to be starting on October 21st and it'll end on the 25th, which is when finals are going to be. Now, they actually posted a bracket as to who's going to be competing. So you've got a couple of, some well-known content creators in here and some other people who are specifically part of the Gung Ho Ambassador program, which is, they promote TEPPEN and other Gung Ho games like the Grandia HD remaster that came out recently. So this is actually going to be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to see how this shakes up. I'll post a link to this bracket so you guys can go check it out. But a few people that I'm actually pretty close friends with are on this list, and some other cool people that I'm not as tight with. But good luck to everybody who's competing. I think this will be super exciting. The way it's going to work is the individual streamers will be streaming round 1. And then all the other rounds after that are going to be streamed on one channel, the Play TEPPEN channel, with commentary. So look forward to that. That is coming up next week. This got posted late last night and just started gaining traction this morning. It is a post talking about future balance changes for the game. This would actually be the second round of balance changes, the first being when Nergigante Spike Launch Hero Art was adjusted during Season 2. So this is going to be more balance changes. Kind of going through and glossing over this post, the big things that are being taken away from this is they kind of gave a specific target area of something that's going to be adjusted. However, they do not tell you how that is going to be adjusted aside from one thing. So I want to go over these really quickly. The biggest one in my mind is there's going to be a mulligan incorporated into this game. It says at the beginning of each game, you are able to exchange all the cards in your hand once. This is very similar, pretty much exactly like the way Hearthstone does it, in a chance that you can select cards to cycle. We don't know, and it's unclear after reading it, if it's going to force you to mulligan your entire hand, or if it's going to allow you to pick and choose cards to cycle out. I'm on the fence about this. I do think a mulligan could be beneficial, but we'll just have to see. So a mulligan is coming. Also, some areas of focus in the balance changes are units with Revenge, Wrath Awoken, which is the only scaling hero art in the game, which makes Wrath Awoken a very good deck, Darkness Illusion, Dark Destruction, Ouroboros, Dive Attack, which is another Rathalos hero art that's used less frequently, and Quicksilver, which is Dante's most expensive hero art. Cards that are being targeted specifically are Reckless Charge, Ibuki, Utsemi Technique, Four Eyes, False Throne, and the Legend Eater Nergigante. So again, we don't know specifically how these things are going to be changed. All we know is that changes are coming for these specific areas of focus. We don't know when. It could come when the new set comes out, which I'll get to that in just a minute. But I think balance changes are good. I think it's good that they're keeping an eye on what's popular, what may be slightly overtuned compared to other options. So this is a good thing. I'm excited to see where these balance changes go. One other thing they note here says cards affected by the rebalancing, including any cards that could reap the same number of souls required for their crafting between the release of version 1.5 and 1.6. Basically, if you have a certain card that's going to be affected in a negative way, you will be able to reap it for the appropriate amount of souls that you used to craft it. The one exception being Legend Eater Nergigante, which is a core card which is listed. So I'm a fan of all of this. Can't wait to see where it goes specifically. Speaking of that new set, we got a name for the set this week, The Devil's Awaken. We also got some sick artwork for it. This is a look at the artwork that was posted to Twitter, which we've known that a new set was on the way, and we kind of guessed that it was going to be Devil May Cry focused because Nero is coming. He's the upcoming hero that's coming with this set. And the set that was focused when Jill came out was Resident Evil focused. So that's kind of what we guessed. It's good to get a confirmation for that. This artwork looks incredible. And we also got a date for when this is coming out, and that is going to be on October 31st after the reset. That's not specifically in this tweet, but a couple of the gung-ho people confirmed that on Discord earlier this week. So this set is actually coming a little earlier than we expected, which is pretty exciting. So here within about 2 weeks, we will have a new set of cards to play with. We've also been getting previews of card artwork that content creators and streamers have been showing off starting this week. I'm not going to go through all of those because they're out there. I encourage you to go check them out because some of the pieces of artwork that they've put out have been absolutely phenomenal. Specifically, the Nero card is super cool. Maybe my favorite piece of artwork in this game now. So I'd really encourage you to go check that out. So new set, The Devil's Awaken, that is coming at the end of October. The last thing I want to talk about is something that many people have been asking for in the TEPPEN Discord. By the way, if you're not a member of the TEPPEN Discord, you need to join because that is where everybody is. That's how you get the latest information on what's going on. One thing that's happening this weekend, it begins this weekend, and something that we're going to be continued to do going forward are community tournaments that are being held by the Discord to kind of build up the competitive scene as this game goes on. So I'm not going to go over all of the rules here specifically, but this tournament, it is free to enter. And from what I understand, most of these tournaments will be free to enter. I'm not saying all of them will, but the people who are at the head of this, which are Iowa, Joker, PDS, a couple of other people who are involved in the TEPPEN community specifically. So you can go read this out for yourself. The link is going to be below. I would highly encourage you to enter because there is a $30 prize on PayPal for whoever gets first. There is a capped number of entrants. So if you want to get in on this, you need to do it. At the time of this recording, there are 33 attendees already listed. The cap is 64. So if you want to compete in this, and I would highly encourage you to do it, it's happening on Saturday. Go register and compete. Even if you're not super big and ranked, tournaments are a great way to learn more about the competitive scene. It helps you understand what's really strong in the meta, and it helps you isolate areas in your own play that you can improve on. So I would encourage you to attend this, check this out. I'm sure somebody will be streaming their gameplay, but because there is no spectator mode in the game right now, we can't exactly stream the whole tournament. We're going to work on that because we want to find a way to get this broadcasted and out there. So if you've been looking for something a little bit different for your competitive edge on this game, you should definitely check out this tournament. One final thing I want to touch on. The Grand Prix actually begins today. This is the event that you've noticed being posted about in the game and on the subreddit, where it's the return of the Grand Prix. The first one we had didn't have any specific rules. This one is just for Day of Nightmares and basic cards. So the rules are going to be a little bit different. Some great prizes. So I would encourage you to participate in that event today. Make yourself a deck. I personally will be running Jill Explorer, but a lot of people have been posting their builds on the Discord, so go check that out. You're caught up now. That's everything that's happened in the world of TEPPEN this week. So I'm going to cut this video off here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful to you. If this is something you would like to see on a weekly basis, let me know and I'll start doing it. But if not, no harm, no foul. I just felt the need to compile all the TEPPEN news in one place. So have a great weekend. I will see you guys next week with a new deck guide. Take care.